without the knowledge of the evolution of the slavery concept as put in place by white people a long time ago. They have come to an agreement, according to Martinot, about their poor, their undereducated or uneducated people. They have decided that they must make a bargain, and the bargain is white solidarity. No matter how poor. Chris Rock said, what? The poorest white cracker or whatever wouldn't want to trade places with him, and he's rich.
Yes.
We have to understand a lot more about the construct of white supremacy, because it's not even intelligent to stand around and just call them names. They have developed a system that is worldwide in terms of domination of other peoples, especially non-whites. And when you become an honorary white, like Condoleezza, Colin Powell, and various others that you've seen on television and heard, when you become an honorary one, you are never really one. Your status is conditioned. Conditional. No matter how big your job is, Blacks in Government, BIG. My sister used to be a part of that. And I'm pretty sure I have a cousin who's there. Many years ago, when they felt very secure about their jobs, they didn't think about what I was talking about. In fact, they would just, oh, that old black stuff. There it goes again. Junior, please. They would close their ears and walk out of the room, start talking about something to try to put me down. And for a long time, of course, that bothered me. Because I'm learning and I'm evolving. But the more you learn, brothers and sisters, the more you know you don't know.
That's right.
And I'll leave that with you. Anybody?
I told you, I told you it was wise.
There's another thing, in other words, that this book that I'm going to show you, in other words, I have it in the car that you don't know nothing about, in other words, called Black's Law Dictionary. We are free and white, not them. They are not free and white, only us. You have to be a Moor to be free and white. Now, when I show you that book, that's why you can't get this book I'm going to show you, called Black's Law Dictionary. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Okay. But can you get one? It's hard to get.
We sell it in Caribou.
What? The
Black
fourth
Law.
edition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fourth edition?
I don't know what edition, but we.
Well, I'm doing you get plenty of Black's Law Dictionary, but you're not going to get the fourth edition. Because what's in there, that's why they took it out. That's why they don't want you to have it. Now, I'm going to go get that book and show you what's in it. Now, like I said, we're all the Moors. It's in there. And I'm going to go get it and show you. We are North Africans. And we're also, what? African what? Descendants, right? I'll show you that we are free and white, not them. Because they are not white anyway. White means purity. Purity means God, and God means rulers of the land. That's us.
Black mean?
Black means something dead. We're not really black.
That's just.
But that's another story, though, because that's
Well,
a show in itself.
let's save it for another day. Somebody else had a comment that
It was,
don't want to get to the
I think it
film.
was a big comp before the Million Man March.
Take the mic.
Before the Million Man March, it was, I don't know the name of the conference, but they had Jesse Jackson, Farrakhan, all of them, and different speakers, and they were supposed to solve our dilemma, our condition. And I just wonder whether anybody know the name of it or what has transpired since then. It was either this past summer,
I suspect what you're talking about was one of the
about 2 or 3 hours long on WL.
it was one of the annual conferences organized by Tavis Smiley.
Right, yeah, right,
Yeah.
he was there, yeah.
Now, what came out of that particular conference was that Mr. Farrakhan seemed to have been able to convince most of the people there to go behind closed doors and at least to begin to work with each other. And you saw some of that at the Millions More March, in that there were people who came and took part in that particular march who had not been part of the group before.
Absolutely.
That was one very important thing that came out. The second important thing that came out was that Mr. Farrakhan said very clearly, the job of moving forward does not rest on those of us who are called leaders. It's your job. Go back to your community,
Yes, sir.
find what you can do. You know, for instance, this is what I can do. So I'm not going to wait for Jesse Jackson to come and fund it,
Absolutely.
find me a place to be. I decide I'm going to do this. If 2 people come, fine. If 2,000 people come, better. But I'm gonna do this, and each of us has to find something we can do in our home, on our block. There's some unruly kids on your block who would not be unruly if somebody took 2 minutes to talk to them. With some kids, some young guys in my block, they're renting a home across the street from me, and once they moved there, they became the gathering place for about 2-3 dozen young guys hanging out all night long. Even brought chairs and things down on set them on the landing. They sitting outside. All the neighbors called me complaining about them. I picked the smallest, lightest weight looking one over there. I said, come in. And we stood on my porch. I said, look all the way up and down 5th Street, both ways. Tell me, do you see anybody else with a sofa chair out in front of their house down on the street? Do you see any place else up and down the street where there are more than 2 dozen young men hanging out from 5 o'clock in the evening to 2 o'clock in the morning? He said, no. I said, now, you all are renting here. All these other folks own their homes. They're property owners. They've moved here. They've got an investment in this property. And they're not going to allow you to have all these trolls out in front of your house all night long, bringing their property down. They're going to call the police on you. Someone got the police on speed dial. You know, I got them on speed dial. But I'm going to warn you. Give you a chance to talk to them. Tell them to go back around the corner somewhere else. And respect the people on your block. And he spoke to them, and it's cut down. In fact, it's almost not getting cold. It's almost gone. See? But none of the other people in the neighborhood had the nerve to approach any of them to try to make a change. I've heard kids coming down the street from Coolidge. At the corner of Oglethorpe, they stopped cussing. And they don't cuss anymore until they cross Nicholson. And I was getting ready to turn the corner when they in my car, and I heard one of them say to another one, man, you better stop all that nasty talk, or that man down there gonna sit y'all down on the step and talk about where them dirty words came from. You know, I gotta let you go. I call 3 kinds of MFs, where I explain 3 different ways that word came into the language. And once they know where it came from, most of them won't use it anymore. Now the point is, they cuss once they get past Nicholson Street, but they don't cuss between Old Folk and Nicholson. Now if I can get them to stop throwing down trash from my house, then I'll be all the way right. The point is though, each of us can do something. We can make a difference somewhere, and if each of us takes it upon ourselves to do that little thing right in front of us, the world will get to be a better place, and we'll find ourselves soon getting back to the kind of community we used to have. Because we didn't used to do those kind of things. I want to move on because I need to show this film to you.
One more question is important. Has there any effort been made in that conference I was talking about to get the attention and the cooperation of the Native American to come together? Because his plight, I was listening to the Talking Fellow today, and this morning, that's why I'm a little late. And they talked about how Joe Nigel, I think he got a book out, and Stephen Lego, books on the Native American points out bias by the archaeologists. And I was wondering whether any effort to made to get them together, whether they be so-called the black Indians, which
The answer is yes.
there has been some effort.
Yes. Now,
Because they have a lot of money. I mean, as far as the resources of their money that they have, the gambling things, and getting them all together and make a big effort towards what we're trying to do.
yeah, they have money just like we have money. Oprah got plenty of money. Michael Jordan got plenty of money. Those persons that run the casinos have plenty of money. But the Native American population, I got several films I want to show you about them. I've been transcribing the 500 Nations series about the Native Americans, they have a very, very serious problem because they have been decimated much worse than we have. So that they're just now beginning to make some money in certain little groups, but those groups do not yet have a feeling of unity among Native American people, even as we had during the 60s in terms of being all brothers and sisters. They have not developed that kind of feeling yet. Beyond that, they're Hispanics. They still, many of them see themselves by their native nationalities, Honduran, Nicaraguan rather than Mexican, rather than being a group. But those are also people that Mr. Farrakhan and other people in the black movement have been reaching out to. If all those folks can be brought together and made be even halfway conscious of their unitary power, then we'll make a lot of progress. But part of what the Europeans have spent a lot of time doing is separating people. And they've done it so successfully that even among the various groups, the groups are separated, so that we have enough black folks with plenty of money, we can solve all problems tomorrow. But the folks who have money don't see themselves as belonging to us. Dick Gregory told a joke years ago. He said, our problem in Chicago is not that we don't have police. He said, we got plenty of police. He said, the problem is getting someone on our side. Oprah got plenty of money. She gives a lot of money away. Michael Jordan has plenty of money. I guess he gives some money away. There are many other black folks who have money whose names we don't even know. But we have not as yet put together the way the Jews have, for instance,
Right.
a mechanism to kind of all of us work for each other. And part of that comes out of understanding that you need to do it.